Hello friends, today start nurses entrance preparations part 5. Okay, let's start. Today we are going to discuss some medical tests and their uses. First, Shick test for diphtheria. Next, vital test for typhoid and paratyphoid. Next, tourniquet test for dengue fever. Next, lepromin test for leprosy. Okay. Next, Montoux test for tuberculosis. Next, Wasserman test for syphilis. Next, pap test for cervical cancer. Next, Adam test for scoliosis. Okay. Next, Allen test for AVG analysis. Okay. Aldehyde test for leishmaniasis. Okay. Next, phosphate test for pasteurization. Next, patch test for allergic reactions. Okay. Next, urea breath test for H. pylori infection. Next, Kveim test for sarcoidosis. Next, Dick test for scarlet fever. Rothera test for acetone in urine. Okay. Next, hair test, that is bile salt in urine. Next, Smith test, bile pigment in urine. Next, Bendick test, sugar in urine. Next, Reen and Weber test is done for hearing. Okay. Next, diet combo test for hemolytic anemia. Next, Istira test for color visions. Next, Snellen chart for distance visions. Next, confrontation test for central and peripheral visions. Okay. Next, Jagor type car test for near vision. Next, Guthrie test for phenylketonuria. Next, rollover test for preeclampsia. Next, skilling test for vitamin B12 observations. Next, nitrogen or feron test for leakage of amniotic fluid. Next, VDRL test for syphilis. Next, VMA test for pheochromocytoma. Next, GTT test for diabetes mellitus. Next, glycated hemoglobin or HbA1c test for diabetes mellitus. Next, water deprivation test for diabetes insipidus. Next, treadmill test or stress test for to know heart function. Triple test for Down syndrome. Next, D-Thymo test for to measure clot formation. Next, Trenelborg test for varicose vein. Next, Fennel or Tinel test for CTS or carpal tunnel syndrome. Next, Gold quantiferin test for TB or tuberculosis. Next, Bangle test for protein energy malnutrition. Next, Tensilon test for myasthenia gravis. Next, Romberg test for neurogenic function. Next, Knee-Kiss test for meningitis in children. Okay. Next, T-Jank test for herpes genitalia or varicella. Next, Bony or Marshall test for stress incontinence. Next, sweat chloride test for cystic fibrosis. Next, hanging drop test for cholera. Next, well felix test for typhoid fever. Next, Binet test for IQ or intelligent quotient. Next, Sac test or bubble test for surfactant or fetal lung maturity. Next, Ortho-Toldin test for chlorine in water. Next, Halo test for CSF leakage. Next, Barrow test for hip instability. Next, Western blot test for AIDS. Next, MPI test for malaria. Okay. So friends, today we discuss some medical tests and their uses. So if you think it is necessary, please like and subscribe my channel and share to your friends. My channel name is Nursing Care and Educations.